free thought project about a police union that was caught putting GPS on rival politicians' cars and framing them for driving under the influence. Now, this is a situation we've got a couple of former police officers arrested and charged with felonies after this plot came to light. What was happening was they had these guys who were acting independently. They were not acting independently. They were hired by a law firm at the time represented over 120 police unions across California. And we see this very often, that it's the police unions who are standing against any kind of discipline for excessive police brutality. But in this case, their beef that they had with these two politicians was that they was in regard to the budgets for the police departments. They didn't think that they were getting enough money. So what they did was they had these two guys who were city councilmen. They were meeting at a bar. Afterwards, all they had was non-alcoholic beverages, not even low alcoholic, but non-alcoholic beverages, and then drove home. The police get a call from a observer, let's call them a snitch, who told them that these two had driven home drunk. And so the officers arrest them, then later determine that they're not under the influence of alcohol. They found out that these two men tracked them in their car using GPS, then called 911 to report that they had been drinking and had seen them leaving a bar. So that's how this can be used. You can use this to take down your political enemies. And when you look at this, you look at a police union law firm that represents law firms hiring these guys to set up councilmen who are opposed to increasing police budgets. You understand? That's how bad this is getting. Somebody that they're politically opposed to, they try to set them up using guys who are operating as snitches. They try to set them up for driving under the influence. Now those guys are going to jail, but this is how this kind of program, the Beware program, can be used against political enemies.
I mean, exactly. If you give them these tools, then it's likely that at some point down the road they will be used for retribution. And that's how it works, again, in any despotic society that you want to look at. The more technologically advanced they get, the more these kind of tools are used for snitch purposes, to rat out people's business competitors, their political enemies, their family members who they've got personal issues with. So the corruption becomes so endemic that it moves beyond any aspect of law and becomes petty and personal.
Exactly.
And then that's when you get a complete Gestapo state.
Yeah, you're talking about petty and personal. These are people, these are elected councilmen who don't want to increase the police budget as much as the police would like to have it. So they're targeted and set up.